welcome back to my channel. This is Maximizing Me, where we discuss everything health, wealth, and traveling well. Thank you for joining us again on today. So before we get into today's episode, I need to make a correction from last week. I accidentally forgot a word out of the title for the company that did the services for Shayla. So it is actually Paws, Whiskers, and Wags. Thank you all again so much for taking care of my baby after her transition. So I want to continue talking on the topic of grief, and more specifically, those of you who are in the process of having to put your baby to sleep, your pet to sleep, or for those of you who have recently put your pet to sleep. And so my tip for today, the first thing I want to talk about is allow yourself to grieve. Allow yourself to go through the 7 different stages of grief. I was angry. At one time I was in denial, and having to, really feel those experiences, go through those emotions. I do want to say this, that your feelings are just that. They are feelings. They are what they are. They are not who you are. So allow yourself some time to grieve. Allow yourself to scream, to cry. This past weekend is the first time that I've had to spend a birthday in 15 years without my baby. And I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. I did cry. I did find myself, at times feeling sad. I found myself wondering if I made the correct decision. And that is one of those parts. And when we go through the grieving process, I second guess myself, could she have had a couple of more months and maybe another year? Why did I have to rush the process? And though I did not rush the process, that is just the enemy trying to play with my mind, making me think that I rushed the process. But I know in my heart of hearts that it was the best decision that I could have made for her, because one of the things that I never wanted Shayla to do was to suffer. And if you all know my baby was extremely spoiled. You're talking about a dog who drank bottled water, reverse osmosis water, a dog who ate nothing but cooked food and gourmet meals and gourmet organic snacks. And so that 3.2 pounds of love, of joy, came down to 2 pounds when it was during her time of beginning that transitional process. And so I know without a shadow of a doubt that I made the best decision that I could have made for her. So allow yourself to grieve. Cry when you need to cry. Look at videos, look over and go over some pictures. Take some time. Allow yourself to go through the grieving process. Number 2, don't allow anyone to rush you to get another pet. I know people mean well when they ask, so are you going to get another one? Or when are you going to get another one? And to all fairness and honesty, I'm just trying to get through this grieving process, this time of bereavement over my baby. And so I'm not going to rush to get another dog. Do I want another dog? Eventually, but right now I just want to continue to commemorate the memory of Shayla and continue to love on her. I know some friends who actually, when their babies become older, sometimes when they get into the double digits, they get a second dog and bring a second dog into the home, so that when that first initial dog transition, or cat, or whatever pet that you may have may transition, that they have that second pet in the home. Now, if you knew my spicy baby, getting a second pet was not an option. She was very territorial, and she did not play when it comes to her mommy. Even when our dog sat for other friends, Shayla will growl at the pet. She will look at me like, "Mommy, why is this other dog or cat in the house? Like, you need to get rid of that." And talk about somebody who used to fight with her cousin Bella, which is my sister's Tibetan Spaniel. Yeah, getting another dog was not an option while I had her. And so again, just take your time. Take your time packing up their stuff. You don't have to rush the process. For me, it took a week. Within the week, I went ahead and packed her stuff up, because it just reminded me a lot of what I was missing. And so, but I know a good friend of mine, it took her a year, and some other individuals, it take them even longer than that to pack away the items that they have for that specific pet. And so take your time. Don't allow anyone to rush you through this process. It is a process. It is just that, a process. Number 3, which I think is the most important thing, your baby was there for you during those years and some of your most pivotal years. Be there for them when they're transitioning. Pet parents, please do not leave your pet in the hands of the vet and the vet tech for their transition. You should be there. They were there for you, and you be there for them. You should be the last one they see, you should be the last one they hear, and you should be the last one they feel. When it was time for Shelter transition, I wrapped her in the very first blanket I ever bought her. I laid her on my chest, and I allowed the doctor to go ahead and administer the medicine and I kept singing to her, I kept praising, and I just kept having this moment of making sure that she knew that her mommy loved her. I kept telling her, Shayla, I love you, honey, and I feel myself welling up to cry. Woo! Didn't think this was gonna be this hard, but be there for them. It is so important that you are the last one that they feel, you are the last one they hear, and you are the last one that they see. Know that it matters. Do not allow them to be alone during that transition process. Yes, it is hard, y'all. It was one of the hardest things that I ever had to do, to be there while she transitioned. But she deserved the best to the very end. And when her doctor was able to pronounce her, I kept holding her. I held on to her as long as I needed to hold on to her. And when I finally laid her down on the table, I kissed her and I told her I will see her again. But it was so important because I had my tribe there with me, and they all took turns to saying farewell to her. So do not allow your baby to transition by themselves. With the vet should not be the last one they see. The vet tech should not be the last one they see, hear, or feel. It should be you. Before we end our talk today, you all know what we love to do. We want to go through our mantra, our motto, our theme, our affirmation for this year. Repeat after me. I choose to be healed. I choose to be well. I choose to be made whole. I choose me. Do not forget to like, comment, and share. If you got something out of this video and you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe below. I really do appreciate you all joining me on today. Remember, continue to daily maximize you. See you next time.